Hey, what's going on, you guys? This is Madam, and I'm coming back to you once again. This time we're going to go over to The Guardian, and this is about a TV producer, Eric Weinberg. He's charged with multiple R's and SB's. The article writer and all of the details will be listed in the description, as they always are. And it says Eric Weinberg, a photo of TV producer, is displayed before a news conference to announce SA charges against Weinberg on Wednesday, October the 5th, in Los Angeles. Eric Weinberg, a veteran TV producer and writer who wrote on shows including Scrubs and Californication, has been arrested and charged with 18 counts of R and SB and false imprisonment by violence. The 61-year-old was initially arrested at his Los Angeles home in July and released on a $3.2 million bond. On Tuesday, he was arrested again and later released on a $5 million bond. The defendant relied on his Hollywood credentials to lure young women in uh, for photo shoots where he allegedly SA'd them. LA District Attorney George Gascon said at a press conference on Wednesday, power and influence can corrupt someone to hurt others. That often leads to a lifetime of trauma for those who are victimized. The 18 charges against Weinberg related to a series of SAs the police allege occurred between 2014 to 2019. On Wednesday, prosecutors said that dozens of women have come forward since the news of Weinberg's arrest in July 1st broke, when he was charged with more counts of SA dating back to 2012. The indictment, police allege Weinberg singled out women in their 20s and 30s in grocery stores, coffee shops, and other public places, and would attempt to convince them to participate in a photo shoot. If the women agreed, police said he then allegedly assaulted them during the shoots. Um, Organized in his home. The 18 charges announced on Wednesday, including 6 counts of SP, uh, but by use of force, 4 counts of oral compilation, 3 counts of forcible R, 2 counts of SB by by restraint, 1 count of assault by means of force likely to cause great bodily injury, 1 count of attempted SP by use of force, and 1 count of false imprisonment by violence. Gascon said his office asked that Weinberg remain in detention without bail, but the judge denied the request. Weinberg is now out of custody ahead of his arraignment on October the 25th. If you're wealthy, you get to be bailed out. If you're poor, you get to stay in regardless of the seriousness of the offense, Gascon says. We're hoping that there are other victims out there that will come forward. We know there are many more, he added. In September, more than 20 women spoke to Hollywood Reporter about their alleged encounters with Weinberg, accusing him of a pattern of predatory behavior and misconduct. Multiple women accused Weinberg of initiating sexual activity without their consent during photo shoots, with some alleging he photographed the act as it took place. Lawyers for Weinberg have were contacted by The Guardian in a statement addressing the allegations in the Hollywood Reporter's investigation. Weinberg's attorneys dismissed the claims as strategical place criminal allegations stemming from a heavily litigated and acrimonious custody dispute. Weinberg's wife, Hillary Bowell, filed for divorce in 2020 after she allegedly discovered inside Weinberg's golf bag had a written log of women's names, their routine, and locations where they could be found. Wow, the hell? Okay, these claims have been previously been investigated and reviewed by both law enforcement and the LA Family Court, and the result have continued to unveil a plethora of evidence, documentation, and expert analysts that hopefully undetermine the narrative now being promulgated, Weinberg's attorney said in July. Weinberg was first arrested in 2014 when a 22-year-old alleged he had awed her during a photo shoot at his home. According to the district attorney's documents, Weinberg told investigators that it was a consensual sexual encounter. In June that year, the district attorney's office declined to prosecute, citing insufficient evidence. Man, this is crazy. And the sad thing about it, he's not the only one that's still there. It's other ones still in Hollywood, still doing the same thing, still doing the casting couch, still doing the photo shoots, still doing the things, and their name just hasn't been published. Or it's been swept underneath the rug. The sad thing about it is the victims. Why should it be, 20 or more people to come out against this person or any person that does this type of stuff, for them to get up off their ass and actually do something about this? I mean, it really is sad, the statement that was made earlier in the article. If you're rich, you get to get bailed out. If you're poor, you get to stay in jail, regardless of the, seriousness of the crime. And it's very evident. I mean, this is a classic case of it. Another classic case, Harvey Weinstein. I mean, not, was it Weinstein? Well, it was a couple of people. Nevertheless, it was a couple of people that, stuff was going on. People were reaching out, trying to report it, trying to get justice, and they just basically ignored them. And hopefully these victims and whoever else comes out with these 20 women plus, will get justice in the end, and he will serve jail time and rot in jail for this. No one has the right to, whether you be man or woman, because men get violated too. No one has the right to hold you against your will for any type of gratification. Period. So, with that being said, you guys, join me down in the comments section, and let's talk about this and any other video that I may have on my channel. And I thank you so much for your continuing support. And with that, I will get with you guys in the next video.